Hello, and thanks for tuning in to Dynamic DCUO. This is Valmy here, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, base item clipping. Now, what I mean by base item clipping, I mean when you combine two items. When you're in the decorator mode and you take a base item and combine it with an amenity or another base item, you can come up with a whole different item. And we had the biggest nerdgasm when we finally figured out that we could do this. So today I want to show you a couple of the things, several of the things that we found that we could do. Now the first one we figured out was mist containers in the teleporter. A lot of fun doing that, and we used that several places with different characters depending on their color set or their power set, that sort of thing. But then you can mix it with amenities, like here I got the candy barrel in with the soda vendor and candy barrel in with the phone booth, because Valmy's a jokester, he likes to do those kinds of things. But you can do lots of other fun stuff. Oh, no, that wasn't the space. But this is one of my favorite things that I did. I took the Playhouse dining chair and I combined it with this cage, which that was a little bit of a trick because I had to have the cage set and then just climb like right down in on top of it to make that work. But it was still fun to do. Here I've got the Bullion, the gold Bullion stuff in with my amenities, and gotta have my evil eye since Valmy is sort of partially an Orange Lantern, if you can tell, because he does have a little bit of a thing for collecting money. But I've got the turret here on the generator, so you can do that kind of stuff to cover up your generator. Piles of gold with the treasure chest to match those up. But let me show you over at my nightclub Aces, which I call it that since it was in Ace of Clubs where we did it. And with the St. Patrick's Day event, there's a lot of bar things, and so I thought it would be cool to try and do a nightclub, and in theory didn't have to use lots of items, although those lights hanging up I think are from the Christmas thing. But here I used the corner bars and the straight bars to try and make one big U bar, but you can see on this side I didn't get everything lined up as well as I could have, which naturally I noticed that as I'm making the video. This side's a little bit better, but when you're lining these things up, sometimes it can be a bit aggravating. Here I did just the two stand-up bars back to back. That worked a little bit better, although one's a little bit dark. This one worked beautifully. This is two corner bars, and they are joined at the seams right where these two sinks come together, because one sink is on one and one sink is on the other, and it's seamless. You can't tell at all. So I love how that one worked out. Here I integrated the piano in with the main frame. I thought that was a cool and appropriate thing to do. Upstairs I got the corner bars matched together pretty well, so no big seams there. And on that particular event, you had to get that half wine cask or whatever it is one of the base items, and I didn't really like it. So when I put it out, I decided that I was going to make that as where I put the bartender, and I used the gargoyle for the bartender just because. This Valmy, he doesn't need reasons. And down here I've got the piggy bank right smack in the middle of the pile of treasure. That seemed kind of appropriate. I used the big huge cask right on top of the generator, so you can't even see the generator, but you can still get to it. So that was kind of fun. My stripping poles in the background using showers. So there's an example of the kind of stuff that you can do. We've had lots of fun doing it, done a lot of crazy and creative things, and you're really only limited mostly by your imagination. I, in fact, even used one base where I put all my excess event base items and called it Warehouse 13. So there's just all sorts of fun things you can do. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit like, hit subscribe, say hi to the kitty, and we'll see you next time.